Este max. GG, GG. Hope you're able to enjoy the new maps, I will say at least. As scrolling, or as spawning in the top left hand corner of Pylon, we have our red Protoss player. We have our South Korean Protoss represent. Oh, fix up the. There we go. We have our South Korean Protoss representing among SC2 people. It is RenieHouR. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. I didn't want to gloss over it. My apologies. Erebus took a map off of Honmono. Big win. Let's go. So I apologize. I glossed over it. Didn't know this, but very well played. Very well done. Honmono is not an easy player to bring down. So congrats. Well played. Well played, Pack. Well played. As we jump into Pylon, PvP on Pylon does make plenty of sense here, as we do have a bit of a larger main base available here, more so than we have seen so far in our featured maps. Likewise, we do have these larger areas here behind the mineral line to make this natural a little bit more defendable. Coming in towards that third location, the ramp into the base is actually a little bit further out, so that does mean that the natural is a little bit more exposed, a little bit more difficult to defend. Very wide ramp, might I add. Likewise here on the right hand side, also the ramps are further back as well. Multiple angles of attack towards that linear third, the triangular third as well. Multiple angles here towards the left, towards the right. We can even potentially siege up on the low ground here on the right hand side to try to lay siege upon that location. So yeah, we do have these more open locations outside of the bases. There are some bridges in the center. True, there are some bridges here that can factor in to kind of choke the area up to make a stand. But it's a pretty large map. It's a very large map. A lot of bases, a lot of more open spaces towards the center, I will say, at least a little bit. Like, I'm comparing this to the previous map that we weren't able to really get into. Was it Killer's Mile? Killer's Mile, which had like ramps everywhere. there was just like points of elevation all over the place. Here we're holding back. Here there's more like open plains, more so than some of the previous maps we've seen. Meanwhile, Stargate opener out of SKillous, likewise Stargate opener out of RenieHouR. Both players are expanding. 2-gate opener. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say 2-gate opener here, but no, never mind. Gate expands all around. Let's go. Mirrored builds. Both of our players go for their own variation of the max packs. And as a result, welcome one and all to Phoenix Wars. Sorry, I was a little bit enamored with the map itself. I got caught away. I got caught up in it, and yeah, Phoenix Wars. Let's go. Let us go. So basically, we had Gate Cyber expands from both players, Stargate openers from both players scouted, both players are aware, and now both players are making Phoenixes. Oh, 2 probes go down. That 1 kill on the probe, let's go. Worker does fall, they do bust into the main, and this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand already. The boys are being pulled, more probes are falling. Alas, unfortunately, RenieHouR, he skipped his gateway unit, and without a gateway unit, he is struggling here against the first adept. Yeah, the first adept is getting out of hand for Zealot as well, gonna get 6 probe kills already. Yeah, 6, 7 workers go down, 8 workers. And this is brutal damage early on. Before we can even embrace our Phoenix production, SKillous takes the lead. And what's scary is that because RenieHouR is crippled economically, he cannot afford a second Stargate as quickly. He cannot afford making 2 Phoenixes at a time. Now, at least SKillous was locked into his own main base, so his mining is a little bit delayed. But again, double Phoenix production is coming, and RenieHouR, again, he just can't afford it. After those losses, he cannot afford a Phoenixes that didn't move out. But it's very much so an uphill battle here for RenieHouR. And SKillous is trying to chase him down. Two base all-in map. I think the map is too large for that. Like, it's a really large map, longer rush distance by ground. This is longer rush distance by ground than some of the other maps in the map pool that we've featured so far. But so far, yeah, the Phoenixes are going to fall one after the other. GG, well played, and SKillous, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Again, unfortunately, RenieHouR, he fell too far behind, losing far too many workers at the start of the game. When you do play Phoenixes like this, it is tempting to skip your first Adept. Or your first unit, whether it's Stalker, whether it's Adept, it's tempting to skip it. As we saw, the downside of skipping that first unit is that you have nothing to defend against the first Adept of your opponent. And we saw that Zelda Adept did so much damage, that was crippling damage, and in the end, SKillous took it from there. Was able to take it from there. GG, well played. Now we're getting into game number 2. Here we go. So RenieHouR this also might just be inexperience with that kind of scenario. I don't think it's too often or too common that you end up in these Phoenix Wars, and because of that, you know, cutting corners can be tempting. But we're about to feature one of our other new TLMC maps, a map that did stick with me in the previous broadcast. Welcome to Sandworm. Let's go. Jumping into Sandworm. And this is a smaller map, so this is a much smaller map compared to the map that we just loaded into, compared to Pylon. But there are also some unique features. Let's showcase them. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sandworm, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss. Representing among SC2 people, it is RenieHouR. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Blue Protoss player. Representing Team Liquid, it is SKillous. Okay, so first things first, the rush distance by ground is shorter here on Sandworm, that is true, but we feature something unique. We feature these, in a way, Dragon's Teeth in the center. It was dubbed Dragon's Teeth by the map maker, but basically this is similar to the pachinko machine. If you've been watching games on Neoviolet Square, you'll know that there are these squares in the center of the map that can kind of trap up or disrupt the movement of units. Here it's a little bit more extreme, where basically certain units can move through this, others cannot. Roaches and Hydras cannot move through. Roaches and Hydras, they cannot fit through these little choke points. Meanwhile, Lings, Marines, and Workers can. As you just saw, Workers can, Lings, Marines, and I want to say Zealots can, Adepts can. I don't think Stalkers cannot. Yeah, Stalkers cannot fit through this. So depending on the size of the units, they're going to be restricted. Likewise, there are also some setups here. There's a gold base in the center of the map, so there's 2 gold bases in the center. But what this means is that this can lead into some interesting engagements in the center of the map as well, when it comes to defending against all-ins or even cutting the map in half. Curious. So we'll see how and when that comes into play. Until then, we do have our openers. Once again, do you see what I see? Gate into Cybercore out of RenieHouR, Gate Cybercore out of SKillous. This looks like the same build 2 games in a row, which means we're expanding and then we're throwing down a Stargate, which means this is the beginning of Phoenix Wars. We'll see if either player doesn't go for the Stargate. There it is, Stargate from SKillous, and do we see a Stargate out of RenieHouR? We should. We should, and we will. So Stargate openers all around, and this is when we start and we do not stop making Phoenixes. Do not stop making Phoenixes. So naturals are being taken. Now, as a reminder, last game we saw SKillous snowball out of control, not with the Phoenixes, but with the first Zealot and first Adept. This time, RenieHouR makes his own Zealot as well, and his own Adept. This time he is ready. This time he doesn't cut as many corners, and we have the equivalent amount of units. As Zealot, they do engage. It's going to be close. The first Zealot is going to go down. Better trade here for RenieHouR. But his own Adept takes a lot of hits, takes a lot of damage. Oh! Yeah, and it's going to go down as well. Oh my god, whew, they take each other out. And in the end, RenieHouR gets the better trade as he keeps that one Zealot alive. Behind this, Phoenix production has begun. And SKillous is going for a big risk. He's going double Stargate, Phoenix production, but he goes Oracle first. That means he's going to be down a Phoenix. But the goal here is to catch RenieHouR off guard and get some damage done. He knows that Phoenixes are coming, but he wants to try to get some economic damage done first. it's risky. It's risky because, hey, the Phoenix is waiting, and the Phoenix does come across the Oracle. Yeah, massive catch. Oracle's going to go down. How many probes, though? How many workers will fall? He gets 1. He gets 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is adding up. 7. 7 probes go down. Not bad. And with that, SKillous takes the lead. Now, the plus side for RenieHouR is that he is ahead of Phoenixes, and he's got to go. He's got to go here and now. Phoenixes are building up. RenieHouR coming in. Can he get the first shot off? He can! Yeah, just get the first shot off. Nicely done. He takes on the first Phoenix, gets 1 extra shot as well. So RenieHouR does take a lead, but the shield battery finishes up just in time. Yeah, the shield battery is ready. SKillous holds. And now SKillous has double Phoenix production. 2 at a time. Likewise, so is RenieHouR. Trying to keep up. Oh, he engages. Does commit. Takes down a Phoenix. Not bad. He gets 1. He gets 2. Whew. Better trades. And we have to get the hell out of here. He has to pull away. Better trades here for RenieHouR. Oh! This is so risky. Those Phoenixes, they're so low. Yeah, they're so incredibly low. More reinforcements, they have arrived. RenieHouR, he shouldn't be taking this fight. He'll bleed out to trade 1-to-1. Still an okay trade here for RenieHouR. And he wants that final Phoenix. He's gonna get it. He should bring it down. Yeah, there's no escaping this. Oh my god. Whew. And honestly, RenieHouR is in a better position. He just has to preserve these Phoenixes. That's easier said than done. He's racing back home. He has to build up those shields. Gathering up more Phoenixes, looking at the units here. Again, RenieHouR, he has 5 Phoenixes, but he cannot fight head on. Not yet. Shattering their shields. SKillous in a rough position. Down 2 Phoenixes. Now, the Phoenixes are still low, though, for RenieHouR. They're still very low. They can be targeted down. Oh! Commits! Yeah, he does commit in. And RenieHouR, has he done it? He will bleed out 2 Phoenixes. Nice target firing out of SKillous. But SKillous, he should still lose this fight. He will lose everything. And now it's time. It's go time. RenieHouR is snowballing out of control. He does push out. There are some shield batteries. That is true. That will complicate things. No shield battery in the main. Ooh, going for the economy. But really, he should be king of the production. Does miss an opportunity. Shield batteries are finishing up in the main base as well. That is the place to fight. As shield battery is not ready yet. RenieHouR still in a decent position. Oh no! Still in a decent position. We'll bleed out 1 Phoenix. He's now only up 1 Phoenix, so that lead that he once had isn't as large as it once was. And he overextended there. Basically, he got caught lifting a unit. Because one of his Phoenixes was lifting a unit, it wasn't able to fight, it wasn't able to fire. Did lose it. Couldn't kite it back. Uh-oh. Oh no! No, RenieHouR! He rallies in! Rallies in, free Phoenix goes down, and now suddenly RenieHouR is not ahead. Suddenly he is equivalent here, he's even on Phoenixes. Doesn't have that Phoenix lead that he once did. And SKillous is recovering. It's RenieHouR. He was up 2 Phoenixes for so long, and he lost both. Lost both Phoenixes, he lost his lead. Both players taking into Phoenix range. Annual Pulse Crystals on the way. SKillous, he's now the aggressor. RenieHouR stuck at home. I don't see any shield batteries. Yeah, no shield battery support. Just straight up Phoenixes instead. SKillous pulls away. Now we're stuck at home. Now, the next big power spike here is going to be 1 Phoenix range, which is more or less even between our players. It is slightly faster for SKillous, so there might be a window of opportunity where he can use it. Now, Phoenix range, what does that mean? That means SKillous shoots first. That means SKillous, he will get the first shot off. And it will take a Phoenix lead. He's waiting for that moment. 10 more seconds. 5 seconds. He's going in. He's going to hit that timing. 1 second. Does commit. Takes out 1 Phoenix instantly. And he's going to bully this back. He'll bully this back. Nice stacking at the SKillous. Phoenix range is brutal. And RenieHouR, he just cannot engage. He tries to, but he bleeds out another Phoenix. Yeah, another 2 Phoenixes go down. It's just too much. It's just too much. SKillous, he can just take the fight, and SKillous will overwhelm. RenieHouR, he played well. He played well here this game. There were moments where he was ahead, but again, he lost that lead, and now he has nothing. Now he has nothing. He's going to be camped, and will lose every single Phoenix. GG gets called, and SKillous will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played, SKillous. He will claim the series, will advance on. My condolences to RenieHouR, but again, really close game. Really close game. RenieHouR, he had some nice moments as well. He was able to take a lead early on, but he lost the lead. He lost the lead. He did overextend. He did lose, or he rallied one Phoenix in, and the other Phoenix likewise also was kind of stuck lifting units also went down. So very intense game. GG, well played. SKillous, he will claim the series, and now we're going to be following SKillous into his next match. I believe into a PvT between himself and Nicaract. Momentum.